Hi, welcome to another vegan bike rider review, and today I'm talking about adventure road bikes. What is an adventure road bike? An adventure road bike differs to a road bike in a number of places, and one of the main ones that it differs is the geometry of the frame. So whilst this might look like any other drop bar road bike, it most certainly is not. The wheelbase is considerably longer than on most road bikes, and what this does is the longer you make a wheelbase, the more stable in a straight line a bike becomes, the shorter, the quicker turning and less stable in a straight line it becomes. So something like a crit bike, like a say like a Specialized tarmac, etc., like my other bike, short wheelbase, turns and handles like a housefly. This is the exact opposite, long wheelbase, nice and stable in a straight line. And that's great if you're descending downhill off-road on a gravel road or something like that. You don't want something that's going to be jittery underneath. You want something that's stable and easy to control. And that's what these adventure road bikes offer. The second big difference is the head tube here. These head tubes on adventure road bikes are typically longer and taller than on a road bike, lifting the front end of the bike up, making it a much less aggressive, racy position. It's a much taller, relaxed position up there. And in fact, when I'm on the tops here on this, my body is more upright, my back is more upright than when I'm on my hybrid. So yeah, they are a very, very relaxed, easy ride. The bars on this are flare dropped, so the drops flare out away from the hoods up here, so it's wider position drop to drop than it is up on the hood to hood. And again, that's another reason for that, is for descending control, so you can get your centre of gravity lower and have a wider, more leverage sort of grip on the bike. The other thing that is a prerequisite on an adventure road bike is disc brakes. All the manufacturers now spec these with disc brakes, as far as I know. Okay, and there's a couple of reasons for that too. One is better stopping power in the wet and mud and dirt, and just got the dog there enjoying the review. And the other reason is it's very, very easy to buckle these wheels slightly out of true if you're bashing about over rough, uneven grounds and gravel roads and things like that, much more so than with tarmac. Okay, what it means is having disc brakes on there, if your rim is out of true, it's not the end of the world. You're still going to get braking. You're going to get consistent braking that works, unlike a slightly out of true rim where the pads are struggling against an uneven braking surface. Other things that you get generally on adventure road bikes is compact cranks, or even smaller. So this is a 50-34. Some go down even smaller than that as well for off-road climbs, making life a lot easier on them. Big cassette at the back for climbing again, off-road, 32 tooth cassette there, making life a lot easier for climbing. Okay. Semi-knobbly tyres came standard on this. They're the Kenda small blocks on this one. Really nice tyre, work really well on the road, and they work fine on sort of dusty, gravelly paths and things like that. They're not going to work well on deep, sludgy mud. They're not open and aggressive enough for that. Okay, but for gravel paths, forest fire tracks, things like that, absolutely fine. They're going to work really well. Hydraulic brakes, as I've mentioned, are a real plus. A lot of these all come with disc brakes now, but if you can get one with hydraulic brakes like this one, this is Shimano's new 505 system, which is their 105 equivalent hydraulic shifter. Makes the world of difference. Much more modulation at the lever, much more control, and ultimately more power as well. a big plus with these bikes is their versatility, and I want to talk a bit more about that. So a lot of people think of these as a cyclocross race bike. They're not. They're nowhere near as aggressive geometry to be an out and out cyclocross racer. You can race them, but they are pretty much a versatile all-round adventure road bike. And I've just literally put these knobbly small block tyres back on. This has been my winter road training bike, so it's had 28mm slicks. Something else I should mention, they have massive clearance between the forks. And these are 35 tyres on here at the moment. Massive clearance here at the back as well. These things can handle big tyres. These will go up to 40mm kind of mountain bike tyres if you wanted to on this. But yeah, because they've got big clearance as well, 28mm road tyres actually look really skinny on it in the frame, but you get a lot more road shock absorption from a 28mm tyre. It's a really comfortable winter road tyre to have on there. I use the Conti 4 Seasons. Brilliant tyre in the wet, still smooth rolling and comfortable, and great puncture resistance as well, so I highly recommend the Continental Grand Prix 4 Seasons. Something else these bikes can do extremely well is be a tourer. Because of their comfortable, relaxed position, and most of them as well will come with, I don't know if we can see this here, I can get this to show up, pretty mixed light out here, so it's a bit difficult. You've got bosses there for racks, okay, all the fixings are in place on this bike for it to carry luggage, no problem at all. They will even carry front racks, there's bosses on the front for front racks as well. Mud guards are no problem, there's mounts for mud guards front and rear, and because of that clearance you're not going to have a problem getting a full length mud guard in there. These bikes pretty much are like the Land Rover of the bicycle world. They can pretty much go anywhere. They're all things to all men. You can spec it as a road bike, you can spec it as a tourer, or you can just leave it as it is and have it as a really good fun gravel road adventure bike. So I highly recommend looking at these. They're a fantastic bike. This is the Pinnacle Arcos 3. The reason I chose this one is after doing my research, I thought this one was the best value package for the money. This was bang on £1,000 UK, and superb alloy frame on this really well designed frame. Very compliant at each end. Carbon fork, Shimano 105 group set, and as I say, the 505 hydraulic brake system. For £1,000 I couldn't find anything that matched this, and it rides superbly. Very comfortable long distance machine as well. So there you go, Pinnacle Arcos 3 adventure road bike. Check out the whole section of adventure road bikes from all the manufacturers. There's some amazing bikes out there, and if you can only afford to have one bike and you want it to do a lot of things, these are the bikes to look at. Great, thanks for watching. Check out my channel and subscribe for more content.